One friend that always tells you the truth, that never beats around the bush, never walks on eggshells, that hurts your feelings sometimes, he's not the asshole. All your other friends that sit idly by while you destroy yourself and tell you that you're just fine the way you are, they're the assholes. The best friends you can have in the world are the ones that don't care what you want to hear, they only tell you what you need to hear, and they'll keep it 100% real always. The friends that you hate the most in the short term are gonna be the ones that you love the most in the long term, because they have your best interest in mind, they wanna see you fulfill your potential and be what they know you can be.
Everyone that I've always tried to push to be better, everyone that I've told them I've seen the potential you have within yourself, that you can be a better individual, that what you're doing is not the best. I know how you can do better and I'm trying to show you, and they don't want to learn. Everyone that I've tried to just help has always made me the bad guy. They always made it some type of way to make me look like the bad guy, to make me look like I'm the a-hole, or I don't care because I'm not saying the sugar-coated stuff that the other people are telling you while they're standing by watching you destroy yourself. I don't understand it. I try to push everyone to be the best versions of themselves. When I was 17 years old and I was kicked out of my home and I had nowhere to go, no one to turn to. I was with a family that was starving me. They were getting money from my mom, to take care of me while I was there in a whole nother state. Like, I was moved to a whole nother state within a matter of 2 days. And while I was out there, the first thing my family said while I was there was, "We don't feed immediate family." Excuse me, we only feed immediate family. I do not feed anybody else who's not a part of my immediate family. So for weeks upon weeks, I was starved. So I was eating out of trash cans. I was going to restaurants, eating trash from the back out of dumpsters. I had to rumble through it and eat what was on the surface. 17 years old, kicked out by an emotional parent. My father was raised by his mom, single parent, and he took care of his siblings. He was the oldest of 10. He took care of his siblings, who knows how, and he took that and reflected that upon his children. We're his children. How do you treat us like this? How do you beat us? How do you kick me out of your home at 17 years old because you say I don't listen to you? But I'm not listening because look at the way that you're treating me and talking to me. I'm a child. I'm not supposed to be getting that type of stuff. So I tell people my story and they take my story for granted. They take my story lightly, like I haven't gone through real trauma. And people use me and they abuse me. And all I've ever tried to do was see the best in people because I see the best in myself. And I remember the days I never forget where I was homeless, sleeping on park benches. I have to wait under store awnings until it stops raining and go use sometimes my clothes and wipe off the park bench with the rain and go sleep on the bench or go sleep somewhere in a building, in an abandoned building or something like that, because where do I have to go? And then I just got matured and said, listen, I'm going to go to a shelter, help myself, start putting myself into therapy. And while I was in therapy, I was in relationships and I tried to share the information with people that I was in relationships with, and they just continued to abuse me and minimize me and took me for granted while I'm just trying to see the best in you and see the best potential within yourself that you have within yourself. And I know that you can be because I'm doing it. I'm putting the work in because I want to be somewhere else. I told myself I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to live better. I want to do better. I want to be better. What do I look like eating out of a trash can? I found a way to change my income, change my tax bracket. I was able to change my tax bracket by working 1 year very hard. I changed my tax bracket like to a 6-figure income. And the people I had around me, I was trying to push all of them while funding them, and they chose to steal from me. They chose to use me and take from me. And it sucks that we all do this to each other. We all do this to each other. And all I try to do is just help out. I help out all the time. For example, I came home the other day and there's a guy who lives where I live at, but he's the chef in the restaurant where I go get food. And he just, asked me like a simple question, and I was going to come and, give him something. But then I just thought about it, and he's holding his son in his hand. And the reason why he asked me the question was because he said, yo, the job I went in the morning and they laid me off. They said, don't even bother coming back. He's like, yo, you mind if I, borrow, something? And I'm like, I got you. And then I turned around and I just went into my bag and just gave him $20. And I said to myself, like, this man cooks me food. He cooks my food. Like when I go to the restaurant to eat, he cooks the food. So if he's asking for help and I can't help him, that would be very selfish. And he's holding his child in his hand. So I gave him $20. And I seen him yesterday, and he was so thankful because he was like, he took the $20 and he was able to transport himself to his old job where they're hiring him back. And due to the fact that I gave him the $20, he was able to make it to his job. We all have to help each other. He told me, oh, I'll pay you back. I told him, don't even worry about it. Why can't we just see the best potential in everyone else? Why can't we just see the best in each other? Why must we use each other? Why? Why can't we just take care of each other and look out for each other with no want back? I don't want anything back from anybody. Anything I do for anybody, I don't want anything back from no one. From no one. Y'all remember the women from Venezuela? I took that woman and her whole family and bought them coats, excuse me. It's getting cold. I bought all of them coats. I bought them hats, scarves, gloves. I bought them food for their home. I gave them money, a lump sum of money. And I'm not posting that stuff up here. I'm just doing it because it's from the kindness of my heart, because this is what God is telling me to do. I have the ability to help other people. We got to change this world some way, somehow.